saluto a tutti.
Hey, thank you. Muted. We good to go. We should be good to go. Matt, thanks for the heads up here. Welcome aboard, everybody. Again, Empoli Juventus. Just watching the closing moments. Inter Fiorentina. 4-0 for Inter. Fiorentina was doing all right until it was an epic collapse here. But hey, we have to win today. We got to keep the pace going. Anamesh coming in here, letting us know. Absolutely, we have to. So we'll get ready for this one. Obviously, talk pre-game and everything. And we got the starting lineup as well, which I'll bring up for you all so you could take a look at the graphics here. So the lineup for Juventus is in. Couple changes that were anticipated and said to be there. So we see Gatti getting the start, much to what we all wanted to see. All right, so Perin in goal. We know Szczesny won't be back until after the international break. Okay, so Perin in goal. Gatti, Bremer, Danilo. As expected. McKennie was the one that was in question. We obviously figured Kostic was going to get the start here. Weren't sure about McKennie, but we have changes to both wingback roles. McKennie and Kostic will both come in. Miretti, another one that was a question mark between Fagioli and Miretti. Miretti gets the nod. Locatelli, Rabiot finish off the midfield. Chiesa, Vlahovic up top. All right, so there you go. With this lineup, we talked about it in the pre-match there that, hey, as far as Kostic being involved there, Chiesa's going to have to adjust, and the two of them are going to have to figure out how to get going with the rhythm and whatnot and what they're going to do in this game, okay? So that's going to be a key. Miretti is going to be one to keep eyes on to see if he can continue to at least link up our midfield and forwards up nicely like he has been in the minutes he's been getting. Fagioli, we can't be too critical or whatnot. He's got to get up to game speed and everything, and I think his influence will show for. But it would be dishonest of me to say that I'm not expecting more of him when he comes in there. But again, early on, he still needs some more time getting back into the rhythm. I will say this. As far as the rest of the lineup, I absolutely like it. I have no problems with it. Chiesa and Vlahovic will have to be big for us in this one. I expect Vlahovic to come out of here with at least one goal in this game. I expect Juventus to get the victory. We'll get your predictions. What's interesting about the Miretti and Fagioli thing is on our poll question, who you would start going into this game, it was 55% in favor of Fagioli, so it's very, very close. And even in today's warm-up show, it was, again, very, very split across the live chat. Nonetheless, Miretti gets a nod, hoping that everybody that is in the lineup today has a strong game. McKennie filling in for Weah, and of course Kostic coming in for Cambiaso. So we'll see there. And of course, we still have Illing Jr. that can come in and play some minutes off there. So we'll see what's going on. Gattone, nice. Matt, stoked on that. Absolutely. LAU is saying this will be a boring game. I think Kostic is very one-dimensional player. Is going to be boring, but I'm going to to watch. We'll see what happens. I actually think Juve is going to have a strong showing in this one. Empoli struggling. Empoli not on the goals board yet this season. Okay, so yet to score a goal. Hopefully that continues. However, my prediction is that they will find one today. Predictions from today's show. Anthony coming in with 2-0. Dusan and Chiesa to be the goal scorers. Lucci going 2-1. And I'm going 3-1. All of you get your predictions in here now, and let's see what happens. So, Matt saying my only real doubt is how well Kostic and Chiesa can gel. If it's not working, I want to see Cambiaso on. That is going to be a one to follow for sure, because we all have doubts about the two of them coexisting on that side. Let's see. Hopefully it is not an issue and they get going here. So let's see what happens. Dells, picking at the scab, I see. Last time out 4-1, Empoli. Yeah, yes. We can't take anybody lightly. We shouldn't be taken lightly. That's the Juve I want to see. No matter who's in front of you, go at them with the exact same approach mentality, all right? So that's what I want to see out of Juve, and I expect to see it today. Oliver, though, coming in with the 1-1. Let's see. Hopefully it's there's a little more to us than that. But of course, We'll see what comes out. I hope it's not a 1-1 draw. All right, very much hope so, but we'll see. We'll see what goes down and what the lads can pull off today. So starting lineup in, I will leave that graphic up here as you continue to get your predictions in here. Okay. We've got Cherbysibi here coming in. Wouldn't rate the 4-1 last time too much. It was right after the second point deduction. Moral, that's a good point too, but nonetheless, let's make it right. Let's go into this with a mentality that we're going to make it right. 3-0 for Juve is Cherbysibi's prediction. So, hey, I hope these big ones come true and to fruition, because then we'll have plenty of goals to celebrate together today on the live reaction. Hopefully a victory to celebrate together. And then, of course, that would make tomorrow's show kick off with another classic Victory Monday. We all love the Victory Mondays. So let's see what we can do. Just plugging in to where I need to be for this Empoli Juve match. Let's see. Nicky T, not going to say the score today. All right, whatever works, whatever you think is lucky, whatever. It's all good. Superstitions, if you're superstitious, whatnot, do whatever works, okay? And go back to doing what we did against Udinese. So whatever you did for that game, let's make that happen. But let's see what happens. Goran coming in here. Call Vlahovic scoring again, 2-0 final. I do have a Vlahovic anytime goal in my 3-1 scoreline. And I'm not going to lie to all of you. I don't know about you. And if you're in our AJC Fantacalcio League, I'm having a rough one this week. So Chiesa, Vlahovic, who are both in my lineup, need to get the job done for me. Okay, guys, come on. Vlahovic, Chiesa, for my Fantacalcio team. Please help a brother out, okay? Let's go. Shatterstar, great seeing you in the chat, amigo. 2-0, all right. And Nicky T saying, last time I said we'll win 3-0 against Bologna. That's why. Okay, fair enough. No score there. All right. Hopefully we have a strong half indeed, Matt, there. Absolutely. I hope we have a strong game. This is one of the things with Juve. We've got to have a strong overall full match performance, okay? These incomplete games, a bit of a trend there circulating around Juventus. Don't like to see it. Don't want to see it. And want to see us put together solid 90s. So, Empoli, you got a team that's struggling. They haven't got on the board. This is the perfect, this is the team that's ripe for the picking to come out and actually like hurt early on. Whether we're on the road or not, come out, make them pay early, make them play from behind as they're not finding goals, and take control, take it over from there. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we got here. I love stories like this. So, man, he's saying, coming in, I'm absolutely buzzed. Just booked a package for me and my 12-year-old son to go to Turin in November 26th to watch Juve and Merda, my son, Praje. It's absolutely buzzing. That is amazing. It's always special, okay, heading there, watching the games live. That is going to be a great one to watch. So, again, that's your first time. Hey, soak it all in, okay? The museum is absolutely brilliant too. Okay, take the tour, take the stadium tour with the museum. Just take it all in. It's absolutely amazing. So very, very happy for you, Manny, and your son. Best wishes. And, of course, we will talk when you get there. And feel free. We always love it when supporters send in fan cams from their trips to Turin, all right? So, again, congrats on that. That's going to be fantastic. And what a game to choose. Could be a big one, too. Hey, we're hoping that it's going to be a big one. Dan coming in here. What did you think Juve's transfers in the summer transfer window, which is now closed? So we've been talking a bit about the Mercado as it wrapped up there. And for me, I think the biggest thing and the biggest positive has to be the fact that we were able to keep Chiesa, Vlahovic, and Bremer, okay? Obviously, it wasn't huge from an aspect of players coming in with Weah being the real purchase, but we had to finalize two other deals, which were Locatelli and Moise Kean. That kind of hindered things too with the sales taking longer to kind of deal with and whatnot. But overall, this roster, is it enough to compete? Absolutely. Absolutely should be competing for top two, in my opinion. And the biggest thing for me, again, was keeping our key guys in. That was absolutely massive. Did we have to sacrifice a little bit? But I would take that trade off every single time. My rating for the transfer window is still high around the 7 mark, okay? And I think when we start looking at the numbers that we were able to save as well, which is literally planting the seed for what's to come, and when Giuntoli can really start cooking, I think you could maybe safely say it's been an even bigger Mercado score that it should be seeing. Now, depending on the results that come on the pitch, it could be a 10 out of 10 if we get the results come season's end. So actually, I have no problems with the Mercado, all right? Animesh saying interesting words from Giuntoli. I'm going to try to track him down because I've been obviously here on this live and everything, and I have yet to see this, but I see Bremer. So Giuntoli to Sky Sport. We're happy Juve have made a good change in 1 year. They've lowered their average age, brought in young players, restored the condition of Chiesa, Vlahovic, and Pogba. In addition, good things have also been done from the point of view technician. So we made 2 important operations. Happy with the other strikers like Keane and Yildiz. We're trying to find resources with young players. Be careful to find the right balance between sustainability and team quality. It takes time. Questioned about Chiesa. Giuntoli said Chiesa, a great footballer both as a striker and as a winger. We are happy to have him. For purely technical matters, questions should be addressed to the coach. So there you go. Sustainability, Giuntoli says, can go hand in hand with quality on the field. We look for this. We believe in the very valuable young people available. And we will see our best. We are doing a great job with the staff. Sustainability will give great serenity in the future at the club. So there you go. Those are some of the words from Giuntoli that I am seeing right now. And again, hey, is what it is. Is what it is. But some people wanted more, always want more. We got into the Mercado discussion. I'm just going to put this lineup down for a second. We got into the Mercado discussion, and some of the comments were, well, no, we barely made any business, so I don't rate it very, very high, okay? So I based Mercados on selling and buying. And I think that's just it's not fair to the scenario and circumstances that the club was dealing with in this Mercado, and it's just, you can't say that. So if we want to talk about buying and selling players, that's the only way you rate a Mercado. So you gave it a 3, which was what the comment said. Well, that doesn't really take into account or consideration where we stood. We could have sold Vlahovic. Like I said, we could have sold Chiesa, but then the replacements are not up to it. So why do that? You would have given them a higher rating because we sold players, but we would have been replacing them with less quality. So, yeah, I can't say that that's the case and that I would treat the Mercado like that. I think you have to rate Mercados based on the team that you come out with at the end of it. And I think it shows based on the scores that a lot of us were banking on some of those key guys to leave, and they haven't. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. I think it's a strong Mercado, to be honest, to walk out and keep all of these guys around. So, that's just me. To each their own, all right? Now, thank you very much for the super chat donation here from Oliver. Much appreciated. That is, of course, one of the ways to support us. The other is being a member, joining in memberships, or, of course, the merch. And we've got the Gigi tribute stuff out now for his retirement and whatnot, and people are loving those custom designs. There are 2 custom designs, obviously showing some Superman reference there, whatnot, but check them out. You might find something you like. Check out all the designs. Do you see Milan players abusing Juve in the bus? I did see it, and to be honest, it's an old song. It's all around. I heard that they're saying that they say Sporco Juventino, which is dirty Juventino, whatnot, but I heard Golbo Juventino on the bus or whatnot. At the end of the day, for me, it's really a huge nothing burger. I don't really care. I mean, look at what we called Merda, we call them. and there's songs insulting teams all over the place. I actually find it funny that they had a match with Roma and they're singing about us. Rent free, everybody. Rent free, all right? The feed is getting ready for Empoli and Juventus, all right? They're just showing the starting lineups on the graphics. I'll give you Empoli's, obviously Berisha in goal, Bereszynski, and they actually pulled it off, but I still have Bereszynski, Walukiewicz, Luperto, Pezzella across the back, Fazzini, Marin in the middle as the two pivots, Male, Baldanzi, who we'll have eyes on, Cambiaghi, and then Caputo, of course, up top. All right, so yeah, for me, don't mind any of that with Milan and yes, exactly, rent free. They played Roma, yet singing about us. Some things will never ever change. Okay, never ever change. Now, again, for those of you just jumping in. Here is the starting lineup for Juventus. Perin, Gatti, Bremer, Danilo. We get Gatti's debut this season. We got McKennie, Miretti, Locatelli, Rabiot, and Kostic across the middle with Chiesa and Vlahovic up top. All right, so yeah, for Empoli, again, we're going to be facing another team coming at us in a 4-2-3-1. So they're going to be wide at the back. They're going to want to force us centrally, and that's why I think a key is going to be having Miretti in there. I really, really do. And speak of the devil, here he comes, Fabio Miretti on the screen now, and they're showing him. I really think once Fabio Miretti breaks his duck, okay, and gets that goal, he is going to explode for us. I truly feel that way, but he's got to get that first one under him. Right now, the only thing he struggles with is that last, final, crucial decision. Hopefully today, that's not the case. And I feel like this kid is on the verge of a serious breakout. It's right there for him. He does so much well. That is the final piece. I hope he finds it very, very soon for us. And then we could be in a fantastic situation, okay, if he gets that right. Now, as far as for Empoli, of course, just going to watch out for Baldanzi, who's going to be very, very active and creates a bunch. So a little bit of a tricky customer for the guys at the back to deal with. But ultimately, we should feel very, very good. But Juve's going to have to figure out how to get Kostic, Chiesa to operate together. And they're going to definitely have to go central because 4-2-3-1, Empoli's going to lock it down on the flanks. So they're going to try and hit us on counters. We'll have to be ready. Bremer, it's going to have to be money on the spot. And between Bremer and Gatti, they're going to have to work out the aggression back there and make sure somebody's looking after the cleanup. Danilo as well. So there you have it. I'm ready to rock, everybody, okay? Getting ready for this one. Looking at the crowd there. Juve away from home. You want some key stats going into this one? I'll hit you with some key stats, okay? So obviously we know that Empoli was able to take 2 out of the last 4 against us. Got to turn that around. Juve has defeated Empoli from home in Serie A 9 times total. Only team to have beaten them more in their house is Inter with 10. Juve is the 3rd highest scoring team in against Empoli in their house. Only Milan and Roma have scored more in Empoli's home. A loss tonight. We'll see Empoli lose their opening 3 games for the first time in a Serie A campaign since 05-06. And if they get the clean sheet, if Juve gets a clean sheet, that would be the first time Empoli has failed to find the back of the net in 4 league games consecutively for the first time since 2016. All right, so again, get those predictions in. Do you think Empoli finds goal against Juventus? Do you expect a clean sheet for Perin? Let's see. Get those predictions in. So the only one out of our panel this morning to call the clean sheet was Anthony going 2-0. Lucci went 2-1 and myself going 3-1, okay? A lot of Juve fans there today. Our curva is loud. Yeah, we're better at supporting the club on the road than we are in our casa there. Ciao, Ron. Welcome aboard. And he's calling 2-1, so not calling the 2 sheet, going with the 2-1. Let's go. Let's go. We're looking at the players in the tunnel getting ready to head out for the action. Those are some Anthem jackets there by Empoli, eh? Wow. That is different. Dell's going with a 3-2 Juve. That's going to be a barn burner if that plays out. Everybody, while you're here too, please drop a like. Drop a like on the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We've already given out a kit again. Big congratulations to Thomas Tadeo. He is the winner of the first out of 10 kits to be given away on this channel this season. Okay, I'm a man of my word. I felt strong that Allegri would not be around. He is, so 10 kits will be given away. We've got Josh Fontaine coming in here. Gut feeling is we should never start both Kostic and McKennie since both are one-dimensional. Let's see how it goes. I actually will agree. I think I was expecting one change at wingback. I totally thought Weah would still start it, but hey, here it is. Josh still going 1-0 Juve. Let's go. Big thanks. Big thanks when you all try and help us out with the algorithm up there on the likes. Let's go. All right. Team's coming out now. Those Anthem jackets, man, I'm telling you, from Empoli are just wild. I don't even know what to think there. Juve coming out with just some flat gray Anthem jackets. I love our black and yellows. Those are very slick. JSKP coming in 3-1. That is my scoreline. Let's go. There we go. Tony Tribb getting set up at the Ferrari Club in Toronto. Enjoy. Say what's up to everybody, all right? Enjoy the watch party there with the official fan clubs. We also got Hollywood rocking one. We've got Los Angeles rocking one. I think Empire State had to take a break. They'll be back after international break. But yeah, the watch party's heading out there all around North America. Vancouver's rocking the Doppio there. All right. Handshakes. And then we get ready to rock. Two out of the last 4 Juve is dropped to Empoli. Just to really cap off frustrations. Let's see. Coin toss, Danilo. Awaiting, Alberto. I did also add in my predictions that I do believe somebody will be sent off in this game. So 3-1 Juventus victory, somebody getting sent off. So if you predicted 1-0 in a sleeper game, you're probably sitting pretty because my predictions right now start the year a little shaky. But I need Vlahovic and Chiesa scoring goals. My Fantacalcio is begging for it. So let's go. And yeah, Ron, 2 out of 4 is crazy. That is crazy. Get the starting lineup photos done. Let's get to business, boys. Come on. 23-24 debut for Kostic and Gatti. McKennie, his first start. Look at Baldanzi there. We'll have eyes on him. Juve apparently hot on the trail there for that player. As they are Samardzic. There's a lot of young guys that have been linked with Juve that could be potential options in the future for Juve. We see Giuntoli and Mana there in the crowd. Now, just to go over previous scores, Torino defeating Genoa 1-0 this morning. Inter defeating Fiorentina 4-0. And now we have, of course, ourselves facing Empoli, and the other match, the afternoon match, is Lecce and Salernitana. get to business here. JTA Bianconero, Forza Juve. Fino alla fine, let's go. Let's get a strong showing here, boys, and take it to this team. Hasn't been able to find the back of the net. Let's make sure they don't today as well. Another huddle for Juve before we kick things off here. Let's go. Come on. Perrin. Do you know what? That's a sharp keeper's kit, eh? Let's rate that Perrin keeper kit. I personally love these kits. Okay. I love the new Juve away kits. But that Perrin keeper kit is nice. Let's go. And there we go. We're off, everybody. Let's rock. Kickoff. Vlahovic applying pressure to Alberto there. Walkovic there. Up the side. Berezinski. Closed down quickly there from Kostic. Juve trying to put the squeeze down there. We end up winning possession back. Goes all the way to Gatti, who's going to play it back to Perrin. And Juve will just set up. Here's Bremer on it. Locatelli. Telling him to spray it over for Gatti. Gatti just goes back to Perrin. Looked like he didn't handle it nicely as he was trying to carry it forward a bit. Here's McKennie on it. Little touch to Locatelli. Gets the delivery all wrong. Trying to head up to Vlahovic. Vlahovic applying pressure. Here's Chiesa coming in with a little bit. Empoli trying to come up the left flank. Miretti trying to come in and help as McKennie just watches his man. And Miretti gets a piece, wins it. McKennie now inside. Locatelli's going to switch the field here for Kostic. Has a little bit of space moving ahead. Take his man on. No, stops inside for Rabiot. Scanning. He's going to go all the way to the right flank for McKennie. Miretti was making a run, wanted it deep, but McKennie goes inside for Rabiot. Little 1-2 played. Rabiot into the area. Had that through. Oh, blocked. It's going to go out for a Juve corner. Nice bit of ball movement there. Nice run from Rabiot and follow through. Let's go. I like that. I like that. Can we get one right out of the gate on the first corner? Let's go. Miretti set to take this one in. Come on, find somebody's head here. Let's go. 2 minutes in. Come on. Here it is. Ball in. Headed out. Juve's going to regroup. Chiesa lets it run for a throw-in. Yelling everyone to calm down. He throws all the way back for Locatelli. Goes all the way back to Perrin, and Juve's going to reset. See, when we got him pinned back there like that, and we win that corner, and it's a throw back to Locatelli there, and we just want to get back sets in our positions, I'd like to see him just have it in the mixer when you got all your big guys back there. But I know they're nervous about the counter while having everyone out of position. Kostic inside for Miretti. Scans. Nice ball. Finding McKennie on the right flank. McKennie inside looking Vlahovic's way, but it's cleared out. It's going to be throw-in for Juve. Nice ball spread out there from Miretti. Those are the kind of stretch plays we need way more of, everybody. McKennie takes a long throw, but misses Rabiot there. Just going to fall right into keeper's arms there as Berisha takes it in. Now he's going to throw it out. Walkowicz there. He's got Alberto to his left here. That's where Berisha goes. Played up. Juve pressing. Miretti battling with his man here, but gets the foul. Spezzella had a couple steps on him. All right. Empoli now again. Back to trying to work their way out of their area. Ball ahead. Gatti doesn't really play it properly. Cambiaghi now being pushed back by Gatti. Empoli working their way on the outside. Here's a cross in. Locatelli heads it right back where it came from. It's going to go out. It's going to be an Empoli throw off Locatelli's head there. And Empoli has it in quickly. And they'll probably just look to circulate it a little bit here on the outside and then have another ball into the area. Locatelli applying a bunch of pressure here. Kostic there. Locatelli slides in. Here's a cross in and Pedin's all over it. And quickly rolls it out. And Juve's got space. Here's Miretti. McKennie's coming up the right flank. Great run from Vlahovic. Took his defender. Here's McKennie. Cross back post. Oh, Chiesa was coming in to have a hit there. That's a good ball there. But they're going to call foul on Chiesa there. So you got a good chunk of Bereszynski as he's trying to just hit that on the volley. Oh, man. Much, much better ball movement there. Vlahovic with that run, taking his defender in. McKennie making the run there on the outside. Very nice. And Pedin heads up to see Miretti there with a ton of space up the middle of the pitch. Running away with it. Miretti already heavily involved in this game. We're 5.5 minutes in. Doing the kind of things those that wanted him in there to be doing. And now my feed crap's out. Wake up. All right. So Empoli hanging back now. Berisha moves them all forward and he just launches this one. Route 1. Headed down by Gatti. Controlled Vlahovic now. Outside to Kostic. Kostic going to take his man on. Try and have a cross in. There it is. Back post. McKennie heads it down, but it's blocked. Vlahovic turns and fires, but handled by Berisha. Didn't get a lot on it there. Strong start from Juventus here. Hitting it with his off foot, turning and lashing at it. Vlahovic did. Berisha almost spilled it out for a corner kick, but he handles it. Good cross there from Kostic going back post there. Empoli trying to work this thing out here. There is some space on the left flank here. McKennie closing down on Cambiaghi. And now he's running at McKennie. Here's a cross back post. Bremer cleans it up though. Volley and it's mishit. Luca now heads it. As far as Kostic, and now he, in a no-nonsense fashion, clears it all the way up the pitch. Empoli will have time to regroup here. All right, Vlahovic signaling to his teammates to just calm down. Relax. Miretti heading out there to Pezzella to apply a little bit of pressure. He moves it back. And Marin moves it to the right flank now. Back to Marin. Over to Alberto. Pezzella. Going back, Vlahovic can apply a little bit of pressure on Alberto. He moves it to Walukiewicz. Oh, nice move from Marin there. Moved ahead. Here's Cambiaghi. He's got the overlap. There's Pezzella. Cross back post. Misses everybody. Kostic applying a little bit of pressure there, trying to push Empoli back. Empoli still on it. Now it gets out to Pezzella. Again on the left side. Here's a cross. Going back post. Headed out. But again, now Cambiaghi watches it. Stops it. Alberto. There's Cambiaghi now on the right side. Doing battle with Kostic. Crosses it. Headed out by McKennie. And right now, Juve struggling to just get possession back. Here's a ball played over the top. That is going to be offside. That is going to be offside. That is going to be offside, right? Wow. Nothing there. But Juve controls it. Chiesa now on it. He's got 4 surrounding him. Does well. Eats a foul. Juve can regroup. Wow. Little interesting there at the back. But ultimately dealing with the questions asked. Up front, a positive start so far. Especially from Miretti. And, to be honest, McKennie as well. Here's Kostic on it. Kostic Inside for Rabiot. He's going to turn and scan. Bypasses Locatelli for Bremer. Bremer now going long for McKennie. Keeps it in, but one touches it inside. Missing Chiesa, but Miretti recovers. McKennie on it again. Over to Gatti. Gatti steps in. Miretti makes a run. Gatti still on it. Locatelli now. Over for Danilo. Big touch forward. Now playing it out to the left. Here's Kostic. Oh, that touch gets away from him. Low hard cross. Empoli can only clear it out for Juventus corner. Couple crosses in from Kostic so far. Some good, some maybe shit. Paramount freezing every minute. That sounds like a nightmare, Ron. That sounds like a nightmare. To be fair, my feed's acting a little funny too. Here's a corner in. Headed. It's going up. Berisha's going to do battle for it. Bremer just standing his ground. It's headed and it's in. Foul given. Foul given. Danilo puts it in. But they're going to call Danilo for the interference on Berisha initially. He had stood his ground right there in front of him as Berisha was going to air. Looks like his arm was interlocked with Berisha as well, and he gets called for it. Gatti then heading it, and then Danilo putting it in the net. Tell you what, in the final third, Juve looks good, creating problems. Anyways, so hopefully it carries forth. Hopefully you get rewarded very, very soon. We're still only 10.5 minutes into the start of this game, all right? So still very much the teams just feeling each other out. Here's Kostic inside for Danilo. Danilo now switching it up for McKennie. McKennie is finding a ton of space. Oh, man. Couldn't handle that one. Ends up falling. And Empoli able to get out of trouble through Petzela. But now Locatelli comes in. Hammers that on the cleanup. But it's going to go all the way to Berisha. Now again in the middle to Marin. Over to Petzela on the side. Petzela. Just working a quick 1-2. Alberto back to Berisha. And Berisha is scanning. Vlahovic back to Berisha. Now he pumps it up to the halfway marker. Danilo's going to head this back into Empoli territory. Miretti doing battle. Can't seem to win the ball here. Empoli finding space. They have space on their left side. Oh, they're going switch field all the way to the right, but Pedin cuts it out easily and quickly rolls this one out. Trying to set back, but Kostic just eating it, slowing things down, dropping it for Danilo. Now going over the top, trying to find Chiesa on that run there, but only ends up finding Empoli's defender's head. And now Empoli again coming back at Juventus. Having Petzela on the left. He gets it to Cambiaghi. Back to Petzela. Marin. And Empoli just working it around the half. Through the back. Fazzini and Marin doing a lot of movement. Now they try to go Route 1 here. Caputo settles it. But chewed up by Bremer. Now Bremer finding Chiesa. Juve trying to find space to come out with it. Chiesa finds Miretti. Couldn't settle it on the touch. And Cambiaghi tracking back. Ends up winning it from Miretti. Empoli go back into possession. Hitting the 13-minute mark here, everybody. Petzela again. Cuts inside on Miretti. Finding Marin. Back to Petzela, over to Vlahovic. Vlahovic. Dropping it back, skips Fazzini. Back to Marin. Now he's going to try to go to the left side, but mishits it. Vlahovic now cuts it over. Rabiot just trying to get out of trouble so that we can reset. He does well there. Finding Kostic, who has Danilo. Danilo over to Bremer, who has space. Gatti sliding out to the right here. To Gatti. Scanning, but nothing doing, so he's going to go all the way back to Pedin. I don't know, Master G. I think like really that ball that just he mishandled there was like the only one so far that's gotten away from him. I think it's yeah, might be a little tough going at him just for that. It's been some mistouch. Again, we're 14 minutes into this one. Here's Gatti up to McKennie. Inside for Bremer. One touch to Locatelli. And he gets, he gets cleaned up as he was trying to settle that pass. Let's go, boys. Pick up the urgency here. Pick up the pace. Locatelli now. Switching it to the left side. There we go. Finding Kostic. And take his man on. He does. He's cutting inside a bit here. Trying to work a little 1-2. That's better. That's better. Quicker passing. Quicker movement. Gets a foul there, and I think that's harsh. Luca's going to get the yellow, too. I think that's a little harsh there. Baldanzi was getting away there. Very close with the ball, too. I don't know. And a yellow? Maybe just a foul. The angle I just saw seems pretty harsh. So Locatelli in the book. And we're 15 and a half minutes into this one. And I agree, Master G, for me, that's not a yellow. It's maybe a foul, even from what I saw. I'd like to see a better angle, but... Alberto has got to go back to Berisha. Vlahovic, Chiesa up top there. Chiesa was looking over his shoulder to make sure the mids were coming up as well. Medetti now moving up to Alberto, but he's got to keep tabs on Petzela there. And Juve wins this. Here's Locatelli playing it forward. Vlahovic, little touch ahead for Rabiot, finding Medetti. Oh, as a hit and it's blocked, goes out for a corner kick. I like it. I like him turning and having a shot there. I like it. Got to get this kid his first. I never like it when any of our guys get an early yellow. Like we had to go through the ringer with Rabiot in the last one, and I thought he should have been sent off. Here's the corner. Just to Chiesa. Cross back post. Way too much weight on that one from Chiesa. But McKennie keeps it in. Out to Kostic. Here it is. Back in the mixer. Berisha has to come out and punch. Medetti puts it back in the mixer. Headed. Oh, wide. Vlahovic trying to catch Berisha off there. Nice little touch pass there from Medetti. Off the punch. Little quick touch like that. Back into the mixer. I like it. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, Bremer heads this one down. Locatelli trying to settle it. Backheel pass. Trying to find Chiesa. Chiesa takes a foul there. Got a free kick. Pretty far out. Nobody's going to go for goal, I don't think, from this distance. So you're going to get your big guys in the mixer here. Medetti might stand over this one. Try and find one of our guys' heads on it. JB, what's up? Back to truck, passing by Toronto on my way to Boston. Just woke up. There you go. Well, you didn't miss any goals, brother. Didn't miss any goals yet. Let's go. Is it Chiesa on it? It is. It's Chiesa on it here. Moretti slides out right. So does McKennie. Got some big bodies forward. Trying to play a little 1-2 here. I don't like that sequence at all. And here's Empoli running back at us. Sometimes you just got to simplify and try and find a head there. Empoli now coming back. They're going to have a cross in here. Actually, try to rip one low and hard. Locatelli blocks. It's going to be a corner kick for Empoli. Yeah, not only with Napoli losing, but I mean Milan and Inter, we've got to keep pace. We got to. This has to be a victory for Juventus. Here's the corner in. Headed out from Gatti. Empoli again, still on possession. Here's Cambiaghi on the left side. Being watched by Chiesa. He makes space for himself, and they just back off for a cross coming in, but Gatti clears it out. Here's Vlahovic trying to settle. Has it out to the side for his Serbian counterpart there, Kostic. Oh, nice on ball forward, but Rabiot's going to have to slow down. Nice turn from Rabiot. Now out to the right side where Chiesa occupies it. McKennie overlaps him. Chiesa cuts in left foot, trying to find Vlahovic. He just couldn't settle it, and it falls into the hands of Berisha. Yeah, and I would say this, everybody, Josh coming in here with there's no excuse for 2 games, drop points in a row, need a win. When we look at the opponents we're facing, no disrespect to them or whatnot, but like 7 out of 9 points is an absolute minimum for me with these 3 games before the first international break. Like, we were expecting the perfect 3-win start, but you got to get 7 wins. 7 points, out of the 9. Like, you have to. Kostic working hard there, earning the foul. It's not just you, Arash. I've seen that as well. I've noticed it. Like, he leaned out a lot last year, and he started getting kind of worked over easily by defenders. So he definitely looks like he's the way he was when he first came to us, and a little bit bulkier and heavier. Oh, here's Meretti finding a pocket. Again, too long. And Cambiaghi eats it up from him. Gotta move that quicker, my man. McKennie doing well, tracking back. Meretti now to Gatti, to Luca, to McKennie. He's going to go back for Meretti. Meretti back to Perin. He's going to take a touch to his right and then launch it forward, looking Vlahovic's way. Shoulder-to-shoulder contact gets cleaned up. Not happy about it, but it's going to go out for an Empoli throw. Alberto, the one there to give Vlahovic the business. Over to Walukowicz. Inside for Marin. He's going to go back to Berisha as he's closed down by Locatelli. Juve manned up right now. Just a half space between Luperto and Petzela there. But Bremer's going to clean that one up. Oh, Gatti mishandles. This gives an opening to Empoli. Cambiaghi now coming up the left. He's going to get a runner. Tries to go through. McKennie gets a piece and closes it down. McKennie actually having a good first half so far. Involved in both facets. And now switching the field nicely to Kostic. Has Locatelli ahead of him. Plays it. Now Chiesa find himself on the left byline. He's going to get closed down by 2 players. Fazzini there to help. Over for Locatelli. Scanning. Trying to switch field, but it's way too far ahead of McKennie. It's a right look, just mishit. Kostic. Oh, out for a corner kick for Juve. Man, you guys got me reading these comments here, taking a break from the actual match here, and then we get into a dangerous position here. Kostic doing well there, winning it, running into the area, trying to have that cross through low and hard, but it's blocked. Corner kick here, let's try and find one. All right. It's Kostic on it. Get ahead to this. Let's go. The ball's in. Headed back. It's bobbling. Bremer hit by Danilo and it's in. Danilo! Let's go. 1-0, baby. 1-0. Scramble in there. You're waiting for us to get a foot on it. Falls to Danilo's foot and he puts us in front. 1-0, baby. Let's go. Let's go. This has to be a win for Juve. Danilo coming out and giving us the lead. Let's go, everybody. Danilo. I don't care how. I don't care if the goals are ugly. Get him in the back of the net, all right? Almost blocked there from Alberto. Hits his foot and still goes in. And the Capitano gives us the lead. Danilo. Beautiful. Let's go. Let's chalk that one up on the scoreboard, everybody. 1-0 for the good guys. Beautiful. And there we go. Couple words there for the official there, but in the end, whistle goes and play is on. It's 1-0 for Juve. 25 minutes in. Betzela now comes in. Let's not suffer too much here on the 1-0, boys. Get this ball back and hurt them some more. Baldanzi trying to work in with a 1-2. McKennie now on this. He's going to see this one out for a goal kick. And again, McKennie continues so far a strong showing in the first half here. Cooling break. And for some of you viewing the game, depending what time it is, you know, this might not be a cooling break, but a good opportunity to enjoy whatever beverage you're drinking right now. But Danilo, the Capitano, gets us kicked off. Let's go. I hate those ones. You're trying to call it and you just... a mad scramble in front of the area, but in the end, Danilo gets his foot to it, gives us the 1-0. Let's go. Master G drinking some San Pellegrino. Nice. Nice. So they're going to show the replay of this again. Danilo gets his first foot to that cross, and then it falls. Gatti's in the mix. There's 4 defenders around him. And then it just slips out again to Danilo, who's just waiting to hammer that thing. Beautiful. Beautiful. Danilo, those are hit like him, Bremer, Gatti. They're always creating havoc on these set pieces and whatnot. And last season, we scored a bunch of goals from set pieces because of the work those guys do. Yeah, and Arash highlighted too. All 3 of our defenders were in there. They're units, man. They create issues on set pieces. Bremer was so unlucky. If you all think back to last season, Bremer's got to be the most unluckiest defender I've seen when it comes to finding the back of goal. Like, he had free headers he had to direct on goal. He was hitting posts and just misses, like these near misses. One 0 Juve. We're back in. Goal kick taken up. Nice little back heel there. Just missing target there from Chiesa. Locatelli settles. Danilo put under by that pass as they were so close together. Can only pop it forward. Miretti doing battle. Now cleared forward only as far as Bremer. He settles it. Here's McKennie. Nice little one touch, but he misses Miretti and Luca. He splits him. Here's Caputo trying to find a spot for a shot. Rabiot comes in, cleans things up, and now Gatti just clears it out. Vlahovic putting a little pressure on Empoli there, but they still find some space on the left side to operate. Marin now. He's going to switch field. Empoli going to look for something here, going back to the defense though. While Lukowicz there has Alberto to the left, who's calling for it. He's got Betzela on the left. Tries to do some work up the byline. Well done from Miretti. Look at that. Sends Rabiot. It's Rabiot, Chiesa, and Vlahovic. Oh, slowed down. No foul, and Empoli can come back. Rabiot caught between 2 minds. Look, when he was about to release it, gets tackled. Empoli now trying to play it to Caputo there. Looks like he was offside. No call. Here's Cambiaghi. Taking on Weston. Cross back post again beyond everybody. And finally they call it down for offside. Oh, yeah, look at that. Spotted that one a mile away. Look at Miretti, though. Great, great win there. And then Rabiot just a touch towards Betzela there. Looked like he was always looking to dish. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to step it up and rip it. Those guys can run in on a rebound. If the team's not giving it to you, if the other team's taking away those passes, have a rip yourself. Or drive it, at least drive into the area so if you get fouled, we get a PK or something. But he needed a little movement there. Chiesa and Vlahovic both went to the outsides, and Rabiot had nothing to find them with. Here's Betzela having a low cross in there. It's one. Locatelli doing battle. Sees it out off the Empoli player. Well done. It's going to be a goal kick for Juventus. We are at the half-hour mark, everybody. I'm going to hit you with some stats in this one so far, all right? So you have Empoli in the lead on possession at 53%, so it's tight there. They've only had one shot attempt. Juve has had 5 total attempts, 2 of them on target, okay? 4 corner kicks for Juventus to 1 for Empoli. Shots inside the area for Juve, every single one of their attempts has been inside the box, all right? So all 5 of them. There you go. Now, Kostic coming up the left flank. It's got Rabiot making a deep run. Vlahovic at the top of the area. Has a hit that finds Chiesa. Over to McKennie. Have a rip. Oh, it was going back post and it was just blocked and it's kept in and Empoli could see this one out. Another close call for Juventus. McKennie almost getting on the scoreboard. So a miss hit from Vlahovic finds Chiesa's feet. He slots it over for McKennie after it bobbling it. And McKennie's shot almost goes in on the far post there. Oh, man. Great job from Chiesa to still work hard to find him there. And so unfortunate for McKennie there as he just tries to slot that. Juve looking strong offensively. It's got to be said. Looking strong, creating a lot of problems for Empoli. Here we go, up again. Here's Kostic. Fakes across. Drops it back. Rabiot to Danilo. Back to Rabiot. Inside for Luca. Oh, little 1-2. Try to work with Vlahovic. Ends up having a hit on the one touch. Man, he's ready to shoot from anywhere and anything. Fantacalcio. I could have used that Chiesa assist to McKennie. Come on. Let's go. What I want to see is a lot of Chiesa to Vlahovic. Man, Fantacalcio taking a hit. Let's go, boys. And I can't remember which one of those players is viced up for me, too. One of them's vice captain. Danilo, back to Bremer. He's going to slot over for Pedin. He's going to take a touch and just have to launch. No, fakes. Yeah, and there it is. Danilo comes in, cleans that up, played ahead for Vlahovic. He just pops it over to the side for Kostic. Chiesa on that line with Kostic. Kostic going to overlap him. There you go. Tries to find him on the inside. Just cleaned up there by Empoli, but pressure still on him as Chiesa racing forward. Miretti comes in to offer some help with the press. Beating on the outside. Carrying it in. Fazzini still done well to win it there by Danilo. Foul though. Looks like he called it late too. Danilo has really stepped up to the plate after losing our legends. I don't have any concerns with Danilo playing on the left. And this is the thing that gets me with Sandro having to be out and everybody saying Danilo's a nightmare on the left. I don't see it. I don't think he's a nightmare. Not a left center back. When Danilo plays full outside left, that's a different story. But as a left center back, I have absolutely no concerns with Danilo. And for God's sakes, I hope I didn't just jinx you, brother. Here's Kostic. Back for Danilo. He's just going to scan. He's going to step forward, take a look. Trying to go route one. Oh, settled nicely there, Chiesa. Vlahovic is on it now. Plays it over to the right flank for McKennie, who's stepping up into the play. Miretti just ahead of him. Drops it for Miretti. Up to the top here. Here's Chiesa turning his man. He's at the top centrally looking for options. Danilo now to Kostic. Kostic going to have a rip that took a deflection but still finds Berisha's hands. Arash saying Dushan's back to play goals on fire in this one so far. Betzela back to Alberto, back to Berisha. Alberto now again. Vlahovic, light pressure there. McKennie's going to step to Betzela there. He can only go up the line. Juve trying to clean it up there. Bobbled around. Here's a 50-50. Bremer does battle. Fazzini got a hand on there, but they don't care. And Gatti just ends up hammering this one forward. Bremer trying to set himself up to win this 50-50. Heads it forward. And now Danilo finds Miretti, who settles it down for Kostic. And now Juve can regroup as Perin finds himself on the ball. And Danilo saying, slow things down, everybody calm down, regroup. Now finding Bremer. And Juve still just going to wait. Empoli not applying anything as far as pressure goes. And Bremer's just going to take his time waiting for it. Now switching the field over to the left side. It's Kostic. Kostic inside for Danilo. To Luca, to Bremer. And Empoli, nothing as far as pressure goes. Allowing Juve just to pass around the back. Here's a ball forward. Finding Miretti. Over to the side for Chiesa. Back for Kostic. Over to Danilo. Here's Bremer. Up ahead for Gatti. Over to McKennie. Up for Bremer. Oh, had the switch field there. Miretti wants it. Here's Luca on it. Bremer could have saw that and found him. Now Miretti's on it. Does well. Finds Luca. Slotting through for McKennie. Oh, inside for Gatti. Oh, Trider the foul. They call it quickly. They call the PK quickly and Gatti earning it. Sticks a leg out. Clips him. It's very light contact. Very, very light contact, I will say. But it is contact nonetheless, and Gatti tries to sell it there. It was very, very light contact. But, hey, contact is contact. Contact is contact. It is very, very light, but the rules don't state how hard the contact has to be. It has to be contact. Listening to the VAR check, and this is one of those situations where all they can really do is say, yes, there was contact. And if you look at this video, there was contact. It's light, but there's contact. Exactly. Josh Fontaine, there is no clear and obvious error. Dusan Vlahovic, stepping up. Fantacalcio, let's go. Come on. I need this. Vlahovic stepping up for the PK for Juve. Let's go. Come on. Waiting for that ref's whistle. Let's go. Here it is. Here's the run up. He steps up. Vlahovic! Stop by Berisha! Oh, Vlahovic. Stop by Berisha. Oh, man. Just enough, too, to keep that from going through the wickets, man. Oh, Berisha. And then grabbing onto that one. Huge opportunity for us to take the 2-goal lead. Unfortunately, doesn't work out. Oh, Berisha coming up huge for Empoli there. And Juve will have to continue to press for another one. Let's go. Let's go. Vlahovic, man. Ouch. My Fantacalcio is cursed this weekend, everybody. I apologize, okay? Clearly, that's what the problem is here. Kenny set to take the throw. One of the things I do want to talk about that play leading up to as we were waiting for the PK and everything is Gatti stepping up into that area. I called it on the pregame show and I said one of the things he does so well for us is step up to the space that the defenses give us. When they are backing up and they're forming those walls, he opens up avenues and creates problems for the other team because of his willingness to step up and get involved offensively. And there was a prime example of what Gatti can add to this team and help us when teams want to shell up. It's huge and cannot be understated what he creates and does for us with that willingness and work rate. Good battling down out on the right flank there. It is going to fall in Empoli's favor for a corner kick. Baldanzi on it now, setting it up. We see Rocky in the crowd. Wonder if he's taking a look at the PK that was called too. What, are they just going to have all our games on the microscope? The officiating is questionable across the entire league, Rocky. What you need to do is crush narratives. Here's an in-swinger. Kamiyagi goes always high and wide of Pedin's goal. Closing in on the 41st minute, 1-0 Juventus. Missed PK from Vlahovic. Yes, Arash, it is open. If you type in Fantasy, it'll be on our Twitter page or whatnot, or just reach out after the game, whatnot, and we can set you up and get you in there, okay? We need some Fede magic right now. We need to put these guys away. This game, we could be a couple ahead here. We need to put them away. There's Bremer. Back to Pedin. Pedin heading McKennie's way. Heads it forward, but out of bounds. Alberto's on it. Take the throw for Empoli. Actually, Petzela grabbed the ball way ahead of where it went out. Alberto back to Walukiewicz. Berzinski back for Berisha. And he goes route one. Danilo there. He's going to let it run and just take the easy touch back for Pedin. Juve's going to regroup. There is a little pressure there from Caputo, so Pedin moves it to Danilo. Easy pass forward for Kostic, and Kostic missed passes to Bremer. But there is a late foul there. Late foul. I think he's also going to see yellow here. And he does. Berzinski for Empoli sees yellow. All right, everybody. Bremer, we're back in play over to Pedin. Gatti slides out to the sideline. Pedin just waiting. There's little pressure. Caputo starts to just jog towards him. Long ball looking Chiesa's way. It's headed at the back there. Vlahovic can apply pressure to Petzela there. He's going to just take a one touch there. Channeling his Cafu. Here's Petzela again. Up to Cambiaghi. Overlaps him. Locatelli there. McKennie watching Petzela now. He's going to try to find a lane for a cross. He does. It goes to the top of the area. Baldanzi tries to have a shot, but that's blocked. Will go out of bounds. It's going to be an Empoli throw-in. Alberto to Cambiaghi. Cambiaghi been one of their main sources of creation there. Here's Marin on it. Over to Petzela. They're really playing up the left side a lot. Bremer. Did he keep this one in? It looks like he did. Play on, says ref. They're still working up that left side. Here's Betsela. And he's challenged by McKennie. It's again still going to be Empoli's ball in the throw in here. Over to Marin. Here's a cross. Looking Caputo's way. Too far. Just headed out by Danilo to Kostic. He's going to turn back, slow it down, finding Danilo. We're closing in on 45 minutes. Then we'll get a little bit of stoppage. I would expect maybe 3 minutes. Unless they go nuts World Cup style. Three minutes. Stoppage. Fazzini on it for Empoli. Good win there. Juve closing them down quickly. Look at the pressure applied. Rabiot now stepping in. Man, he did very, very well there. Was that Baldanzi? Yeah. He's doing very well there. Surrounded by bodies. Here we go, Empoli quickly having it in. Almost a minute through in the added time. Empoli trying to put the squeeze here. They're going to want to have it in the mixer. Here's a cross going back post. Gatti clears it. Only as far as Betzela to Cambiaghi. Cambiaghi going down that left side. Here's a cross in and again cleared out. Gatti. Betzela lets it run for a throw-in. Quickly has it in for Cambiaghi. Overlaps Cambiaghi with a cross in there, and that's headed out again. Here's Miretti settling it. What a turn. Oh, he eats a hard foul. Back of the ankles there from Cambiaghi. So Josh Fontaine saying Vlahovic needs to score. He's going to get ripped apart by people saying he had a bad performance, which is wrong. He's played well. And on this last challenge, I believe that is a yellow. I think that was probably one of the ugliest I've seen out of the other challenges that were called as such. So it's definitely worse than Berezinski's yellow. And I think it was also, yeah, definitely worse than Locatelli's. Miretti undercuts his man. No call from ref here. Here's Miretti on it again. Scanning. We're 2 and a bit minutes into the stoppage. Juve looking like they're going to go to half like this. Unless they all of a sudden make a big push. Here's Miretti doing well. Gets a foul there. Let's have this into the mixer and find that second one before halftime. Come on. Good spot to have a set piece here. But they're probably going to take it short and again just try to go to half. But I'd put it in the mixer. Miretti asking for his 10 yards he's entitled to. Gatti, Bremer getting up there. Rabiot, Vlahovic. Let's go. Miretti steps up for this one. Delivery going back post. Bremer trying to head it on, but it's stopped only as far as Kostic. All the way to the top. Here's Locatelli. Over for Miretti. And Miretti going back post again. Headed across goal, but Gatti just can't get there before Berisha puts his hands on it. We are at the 3-minute mark of stoppage time, so it's 48 minutes, 10 seconds in. And we got halftime, everybody. There we go. So, let's talk halftime, everybody. BAT 97 coming in here saying Gatti not playing in the first team is a crime against humanity. Hey, talked about it in the pregame show, and then we see it pay dividends there, getting us the PK. Unfortunately for us, Vlahovic was stopped by Berisha. I don't know how that managed to stay out and not slip through. However, nonetheless, it has. It's only 1-0 for Juventus, but overall, I'm happy with that half of football from Juve. We definitely are the more dangerous of the two sides. I think McKennie had a very, very strong half of football for Juventus, okay? I also like the things I'm seeing from Miretti. Miretti, I said, would be big. 4-2-3-1 is what Empoli's playing. 4-2-3-1 is what we faced in the last game. And what they were doing was, again, trying to take away the outsides, take away that width. We're doing a very a good job of the way we are working the ball and then finding that outside and getting it out to McKennie. Miretti doing so a couple of times. And Locatelli's done well of finding Kostic. So what we're doing is essentially forcing an overload from the opposition and then switching it out and finding McKennie or Kostic with space up those sidelines. The thing is, Miretti does an incredible job of finding pockets of space and filling in and giving us that outlet through the middle of the pitch. Miretti's doing a good job. Gatti is Gatti. This guy needs to be starting for this team. If anybody's got concerns about Danilo on the left, I have none. And I didn't really see any come up there in this half of football. So I think this is the way to go. As far as we go with the offense, need a little more. I think we need to get Chiesa a little bit more involved on the ball, whatnot. However, we are doing a good job with the other guys if they are going to focus so much on Federico Chiesa. And Vlahovic has actually put in a good shift. I think for the most part, the majority of our guys are doing well. Okay, we just, again, have to find the goals to back it up. McKennie, unfortunate to not find goal on that one. We could easily be 3-0 up at half. As far as them and any type of danger, really just closing them down and letting them rely on crosses from the outside. That's really all they've been left with. So defensively, I don't really have any complaints. So we'll see what the chat's got to say for this one. Again, while you're all coming in here, drop a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Let's get at it here. Miretti needs to be a starter coming in here from Hip Priest. Gene Elias. Gatti solid. Expected more from Chiesa. Miretti okay. Kostic good. Rabiot good. Texas boy. Okay. All right. Empoli is a Serie B team. With all the players that they sold and whatnot, you can only play to the opponents in front of you. All right, so we still got to rate it accordingly to who we are playing. What kind of PK was that from Dusan? I could have done better than that, eh? Yeah, he smoked. He definitely didn't send the keeper the wrong way or whatnot, and still I thought it was going to sneak through. Unfortunate. I'm hoping he bags one in the second half. And again, I hope we see more out of Chiesa. Keane should be good against this team. Keane's probably going to come in here in the second half, so I would expect that. Caught some strays earlier this season when said, I'm not comfortable with Dusan taking penalties. Really? It's got a good rate, but I would be curious to see who would you give it to otherwise. I haven't seen Chiesa take them. And I don't know what. I would think that they base it off what they get in training. And he's got, for the most part, a good, solid record. So, interesting. When you miss one, though, it should circulate amongst your other PK takers. So, he missed this one. And this is one of those things that usually can be argued about. No, you go back to him if he's your top PK guy because you can't let that work into his head and his frame of mind. But all the teams I ever play for, if you miss one, it circulates and it goes around the wheel and you wait till you come back up to it. But who would be doing them? Who'd be doing them? Chiesa? I haven't seen him take any. But it is what he's doing. Vlahovic has been doing great outside of the penalty, though. I will say that. He's been having a strong game. Chiesa should take the next one. Let's let him take the next one. I have no problems with it at all, right? Again, everybody like the video. This is the only time I say listen to Anthony. No, Anthony, he's great. We had a great pre-match show today. Myself, Lucci, Anthony. Anthony's prediction so far was 2-0 for Juventus. Lucci had 2-1. I had 3-1, all right? So right now, it's looking good. Looking good. Skanga looking good on those, okay? We're going to go over the ratings so far as it sits at halftime, okay? So as it sits at the half, these are the ratings for Juve players. Drop your ratings for the player as we go along because I want to see where you have them at. Perin, everybody starts at a 6, and keep in mind this is from SofaScore, not mine. Perin is at 6.6. Very little to work with. Give him a half a point up. Sure, 6.5. Very, very little work for Perin to really get into. So 6.5, fine. Gatti is sitting at a 7.4. All right? 7.4 right now for Gatti based off SofaScore. I would give him a point up. Absolutely. Anytime one of your 3 center backs draws a PK for your team, big, I'd have him at least at a 7, I think. 7. Bremer's sitting at a 7.1. I have no problem with that. Cleaned up a lot, okay? Cleaned up a lot. Danilo is sitting at a 7.4. He's our goal scorer. So I think he should definitely be up there, and he's doing a lot of cleanup at the back too. The guys at the back doing a good job. And he found a goal. And honestly, all 3 of them, Gatti drew the PK. Gatti, Bremer, and Danilo were all in on that Danilo goal, creating havoc on the set piece. So you know what? Yeah, 7.4 for Danilo, absolutely. Weston McKennie is sitting at 7.3, okay? And I think he should be at a 7 for sure. I don't know if he's done enough to go to a 7.5 one up, but he's having a strong game, and he's very, very unlucky that defender, the shot that he was taking to put to the back post, just got enough of the defender to go out wide. Otherwise, he would also have a goal to his name. Weston McKennie definitely needs that scoreline. Miretti's at a 6.8. Now, I think Miretti did a lot of good things. A 6.5 is fair for him, moving a half point up. I don't know if he did enough to go a full point up, but I wouldn't have a problem with Miretti having a 7 so far in this one, to be honest. Locatelli's at a 6.7, and I think a half a point increase is fine. He's just doing his job. He's doing, again, what we've come accustomed to. A lot of defensive work and really just moving the ball out to the guys we want, setting stuff up for us offensively. So 6.5 is fair. Adrian Rabiot's at a 6.8. Again, Rabiot hasn't really done a whole lot. He had one great run off a 1-2 follow-up in the area there. Outside of that, just doing his job. Nothing crazy, so 6.5. Kostic is at a 7.1. I don't have him at a 7. I think he has been involved quite a bit, but yeah, maybe a 6.5 there. Maybe a 7. Chiesa's at 6.7, and honestly, I think Chiesa, I have him at just a level 6. I haven't seen him do anything crazy over and above. He did find McKennie on that one he almost put in, so maybe a 6.5, but I need him way more involved in the second half. Vlahovic finishes with a 6.6, so the 2 key guys, Chiesa and Vlahovic, around 6.5s, and Vlahovic 6.5 I think is fair. Did a lot of good work, but missing a PK hurts big time. So I think those ratings are pretty close. To be honest. I have absolutely no problems with them. So ratings, fairly close. And no, unfortunately, I cannot show the match. I would get shut down. Major copyright infringement there. So I can't show it. I can only comment to it, all right? So apologies. I wish I could have it on a split screen and show you the same action. I would love nothing more. I could do that if I got the gig with Juventus. So maybe go to Juve, tell them to hire me. I don't know. D's right here saying 10 out of 10 for me. Doesn't know how I do these watch-alongs. I love the watch-alongs, and I love these. I look forward to them every time I can do them, all right? Absolutely love them. Now, let's talk about some more coming in here. Tony G saying Luca has 80% passes. This is awful for Regista. Really bad first half, in my opinion. Also a yellow. That yellow was really soft, though. That was a really bad yellow, I think. And there was a foul on Miretti near the end that should have been a yellow. That was way worse than that. And even Berezinski's yellow was harsh. Like, I got to be fair there. I'm not going to dock Locatelli on that yellow. And to be honest, if we're talking about less involvement from Luca, that early yellow is going to also kind of affect that too, right? He's got to take it easy and be safe and not take himself out. That said, I don't think he's going to be taken out maybe until very late. But yeah, I can't really fault him on that. So we got more saying Chiesa, yes, give him the PKs and whatnot. We'll see what happens. We should be scoring at least 3 to 4 goals against this Empoli side, right? Yeah, I would say so. And to be honest, based on our play in the first half, we should have at least had 2, but we weren't far from scoring the third as well. And again, it's just something that we have to get better at, and that's being killers and putting teams to the sword. Something that is going to be following Juventus, and a question that's following Juventus throughout this season. Putting teams to the sword. We're going to get to the stats as we get close to getting back. We're just watching all the pennies warm up there as we get ready for the second half. Juve finishes off with 53% possession. Juve finishes with 10 total attempts to Empoli's 4. Empoli had 0 attempts on target. 4 on target for Juventus out of their 10 attempts. Big chances created, 1 for Juve. Big chances missed, 1. 0 big chances created for Empoli, all right? Shots inside the area, out of the 10 total attempts Juve has had, 8 of them have been inside the area. That's a big positive already from what we saw a lot of Juve last season and whatnot, is getting in the area, having attempts from inside the area, getting closer to goal, not settling for half opportunities and just crossing it in. So I really like what I saw offensively from Juventus that half. I look for more of it in the second half. I think we're probably going to see some changes. And I think ultimately we'll put Empoli to the sword and put them away, all right? I truly do. Now, let's get John Stewart coming in here. I think our buildup would be easier if Vlahovic was better at holding up the ball. Interesting. I think Chiesa let us down a little more in that area in the first half than Vlahovic did. I was happy with what Vlahovic did in the first half. But I think the biggest thing for us, and I think we're seeing again, is the difference between... I want Fagioli to be doing what Miretti's doing in this game. And if we can get Fagioli to play the role in the way Miretti does, Fagioli will have better end product for us. Okay, so I don't see what Miretti does as far as receiving the ball, retaining the ball, getting the ball, and getting it in the right spots, being able to hurt defenses from Fagioli. But if we can get Fagioli in those positions, I think it would be better in the long run for us, because I think Fagioli would have the right finishing touch, whether it be a pass, a shot, or anything. So that should be our main focus. And that's what I take out of everything. So when I say I want more out of Fagioli, that's what I want. I want him to be the guy in those positions and be one of the main focal points for Juventus. But again, hey, let's hope that they find it between Allegri, Magnanelli, and everyone involved, that we can get it going, and hope that Fagioli can get it going too, because that's what I need from him. And I think it'll be huge for us and unlocking our offensive potential. I really, really do. And I have some agreeing with me there. Hey, even the broken clock is right twice a day. So every now and then I get a decent take there, everybody. All right, Oliver, fully agreement there. The long off-the-ball runs from Fagioli are the nightmare. Yeah, especially when he doesn't get rewarded and you've just taken a midfielder and he's beyond all our forwards. Yeah, let's let him quarterback it, but let's get him in those pockets of space and let him cheat a bit. Use Locatelli, use Rabiot to set up a base and give Fagioli that freedom like Miretti gets. But if Miretti's finding this, there's no reason Fagioli can't. And we got to get him going. We're getting ready for second half, everybody. All right. Getting into the home stretch before the game's done. And then, of course, don't forget post-match podcast tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to start opening up potentially all our shows for some call-ins too. Okay, so stay tuned. And midweek, even though it's international break, get the midweek. We might have another call-in show just to chat anything. This is an opportunity for you guys to come in with questions about. It could be literally the Azzurri. It could be we could talk Juve players. We can talk all-time favorite 11. We could talk whatever we want, right? So take advantage of the call-ins, everybody. Let's go. We're getting ready for second half. Waiting for that ref's whistle. And then it's the home stretch, everybody. Fino alla fine. Forza Juve. Andiamo. This ref looks like he's 12. Let's go. And we're off, everybody. Home stretch, second half. Vlahovic trying to swing it out for Kostic. Cut out by Empoli. Baldanzi inside. Fazzini. Over, and Gatti's going to step up, clean this up. Finding Miretti. Miretti beats his man with a nice little touch. Now long ball sent forward. That's a good one. Oh, man. Chiesa tries to sell on contact there. You've got to just flip that over him, man. That was a great ball from Miretti there. Vlahovic was lobbying. It's going to get checked, but, man, I don't know. Why not just a quick little flip shot there? Have it home. Rabiot on it now. What a great ball from Miretti there, though. Rabiot now. Over to Kostic. Did not stop and play. Whether they looked at it or not. Chiesa still complaining about it up there. Man, just have a flip shot there. Miretti again. Looks like he gets fouled there. We do get the call. Miretti again. Heavily involved early on. Early and often. Miretti. Here's Locatelli back to Bremer. So there was a stoppage there, so nothing doing on that from Chiesa. We might see a replay now where we can look at it a little closer, but no, because Empoli has a quick throw. Man, I agree with you guys. That pass was sick, and Chiesa, yeah, you've got to do better there, my friend. Got to do better there. Chiesa on it again. Back heel. Putting him under. And again, done well there. Advantage given to Juve as Miretti eats the foul there. Here's Kostic. He might take his man on. There he goes. Trying to low cross. He finds Vlahovic's feet. Dishes it off. Hammered from Locatelli. It's blocked, but Vlahovic ends up getting the yellow here. Oh, had his hands up high there. Catches him. Look at this ball from Miretti. Just a little flip there, Chiesa. And there's nothing doing there. Oh, he stepped on the ball and then tried to sell in the contact. Fede, come on, brother. Come on, brother. Stepped on the ball. Just pop it up, man. I definitely expect in a situation like that, Vlahovic or Chiesa to finish. Got to be better there, man. Got to be better. Here's Chiesa on it now. He eats a foul there. Chippy start from Empoli to the second half, but Juve getting all of them. Getting all these calls now as they're winning position. Winning the positional battle here. Here's Locatelli with an off pass that gets blocked but falls right back to him. McKennie now has Locatelli inside. Plays it to him. Locatelli stepping up. Finds himself in the corner. Little one touch. Here's Miretti. He's on it now. Finding Chiesa. Slotted out for Locatelli. Back to Chiesa. He can turn and look at the defense. Here to McKennie. One touch back out to him. Empoli just making the wall here. Miretti. Oh, bad. Left-footed pass. Tried to swing one out there with his left. Steps in nicely. No foul there. Gets a yellow. I didn't even think he made contact. Looked like the ball popped off, but there it is. Look, I'm watching on Fubo, but there was a stream somebody put up earlier there for you to watch from Where was it? Right here. There you go. Check that out. Say a big thanks to David there for you, okay? Ron Rossitano saying giving yellows out, dishing out yellows like it's free candy. Dishing it out like it's freaking prime at anything Logan Paul's attending. Empoli comes up. Blocked from McKennie there on Petzela's cross. And it's going to go out for a corner kick to Empoli. Closing in on the 50th minute here. Perin shouting out orders. Waiting for the corner. Here it is. In swinger. Headed out. Vlahovic. Chiesa flips it out to the right flank. Empoli's going to see it out. Baldanzi just watching it out for a throw-in. Looking to quickly have it. He does. Berzinski. And here's another one in the mixer. And that's cleaned up by Danilo. Vlahovic applying a little bit of pressure. Headed over. Petzela's back. With Walukowicz. Over to Baldanzi. Berzinski making that overlap. Baldanzi watch it. Here's a flip ball over to the back post. McKennie closes it down as Cambiaghi's there on it for Empoli. Miretti now stepping up to Petzela. Cambiaghi back on it. Miretti holds his ground. Marin on it. Again, Cambiaghi. Crossed in. Oh! And there's a bike attempt. Oh, man. Bremer got that one wrong. Misread it on the delivery. Ended up throwing his heels on it. Almost like a scorpion there. Ends up just popping it up. And then Fazzini tries the bike there. But ends up hitting it off his shin and wide of Pettin's goal. Bremer with a bad misread there. Juve getting it back in. Fazzini finds himself on it. Over to the side. Nice challenge from Gatti. Still coming away with it, but McKennie's going to shield this one out for a goal kick. Tough seconds there. Hard work from McKennie. Man, he's having a game. Like, I'm telling you, I like him better out there than in the middle of the pitch. And it's not even close, you guys. It's not even close. I honestly, man, if he can shave like 15 pounds, he could be an absolute unit out there. Perin feints the long route one and then takes a touch with a quick pass over to Gatti. Vlahovic trying to do some hold up here. Battling. Caputo now. Bremer watching him. As he tries to come back. Great work from Miretti there. And Bremer cleans it up. And on that takes a late hit. Master G agreeing on McKennie there. He's doing a good job on the outside. Kostic going to keep this one in. He's got space to operate here. He's going to take his man on. Take him on. Cuts to the left. Lower cross. Oh, trying to find that trailing run. We've got to connect on these. That's only half the battle. Getting up there, making those runs and everything. Oh, man. Fazzini eating a bow there from Chiesa. Checking on him as he's still down up there. It's only half the battle. Finding Kostic. Taking your man on there. We got to be connecting with those plays. Danilo. To Kostic. Back to Danilo, but it's deflected out by Baldanzi. It's going to be Juventus throw. Ventus kind of controlling things here. We're at the 54th minute. But again, we want to put these guys away. Let's go. Danilo now. Quickly one touch to Rabiot, to Kostic, back to Danilo. And now he's going to switch the field, looking McKennie's way. He's going to get it there. Took a little while, but he got it there. Here's McKennie cutting inside. Swings it over for Danilo. Has Kostic there, quickly playing it to him. Ooh, what a touch. But still, working on his man here. Drops it back for Danilo. Has Locatelli there. Little touch for Kostic. You have space now. Here comes a cross. Not near the target there. Settled again at Danilo's feet. Juve still in control. Locatelli now pops it over to the right for McKennie. He settles. Scans. Oh, for Moretti. Too long there, my man. Too long. Again, this is all great. We have to do better with that final ball. It's got to be quicker, sharper, and we got to find and connect on it. But everything in the build-up is good. I enjoy the build-up. I think our build-up's miles ahead of where it was at last season. But it's just got to connect. Here's Chiesa. Takes a touch. Left foot across. Back post. Hit it. Oh, McKennie was there. Saying that it went off an Empoli player. Should be a Juve corner. But I don't think they're buying it. There's Chiesa. Back post. Hard to tell as they replay it at full speed. But it's going to be back for a goal kick. They are actually looking at a handball, potentially. We're just waiting for this 12-year-old ref to get the directions. They are checking it. Potential handball, another PK. And maybe Chiesa steps up for this one. Let's see. Let's show some replays here. So here it is. Cross to the back post. McKennie getting up for it. Oh, his arm's way out. Is the ball in bounds? They have to see this. Definitely an arm out from Fazzini. But does he stop it in play? Where is he heading it from? That's going to be a tough one to judge. You're going to have to find the exact frame to try and tell if that ball is in when McKennie heads it. They should have the technology, but hey, there's been stadiums where we didn't even have VAR, and now it's play on. I thought that was going to be a tough one to try and gauge. Oh, off of Baldanzi there. That's got to be Juve throw. And the ref calling it for Empoli, even though the lines was signaling Juve throw. Jesus. Painful. Locatelli steps up, wins it, gets it to Vlahovic. Settles for Rabiot. He's just getting out of trouble. Over to Danilo. Danilo to Luca. Back for Bremer. He's going to go to Perin. As he's being chased by Caputo. Albeit lightly. Here's Chiesa. He's got the overlap from Kostic. Plays it to the back. Here's Moretti. Oh my God, kid. I just want you to get that right. He's having a good game and just needs that to fall for him. Oh, here we go, Chiesa. Oh, he skids his man. Slotted home. Oh my God, he misses it. Oh, Chiesa, you've got to finish that one as well. Chiesa sitting with no goals should be on a brace. Man, and he gets this shot off too and just curls it and it's wide of goal. Oh my God. Chiesa doing everything right and skinning his man there and just can't find the net. Oh. What did I tell you, everybody? My Fanta Calcio's cursed this weekend. This is a rough weekend for Team Grip It and Rip It. Oh, just Megs Walukovic there, and gotta fucking slot that home, brother. Ah, tough day at the office for Federico. Headed back in as Empoli tries to clear. Vlahovic settles for McKennie here. He's stepping forward. He's getting closed down. Has 3 Empoli players around him. Taking on Betzela there. Did he get a piece? No. Cross. Doesn't touch Betzela. It's going to be out for Empoli goal kick. $60, everybody. We got another half hour here. Let's see. I'm just catching up on some of the comments here. Oh, here we go. Here's Chiesa again. Some space in left. Ahead for Kostic. Trying to find Vlahovic. And get it there. Guys, we got to take advantage of these opportunities. We have to kill this team off. Okay? Like, your defenders, it's like, have a rip there then, Kostic, if you can't get the cross through or whatnot. But, like, we've got to put them away now. Like, this team is just, again, something that has followed us around. Not being clinical. Chiesa, if you're going to get those moments, you've got to be one of our killers. You've got to be. Monsieur Paul Pogba. All right, so Pogba enters. We get some changes as well on Empoli's side. But Miretti comes out, and I have Miretti with a good game. His SOFA score rating is 7. I would give him a 7 as well for his performance, to be honest. I was happy with Miretti. Now, Paul Pogba. Let's see if we can get a Pogboom moment. Come on. Let's go, Paul. There's no way Miretti gets a 5. You start with a 6, and literally half of our offense was created through Miretti. There's absolutely no way he gets a 5. Come on. If he got a 5, Fagioli's last game, he would have been a 2. Like, let's stop this now. Let's be fair here. He made 2 errors in this entire game, Miretti. The one at the top of the area where he had to settle a pass with 2 defenders in tight. And one missed ball where he took a wrong touch and the backtracking Cambiaki. That's it. Outside of that, he didn't put a step wrong. And earned a bunch of fouls for us. He did well. Let's go. Up to 5.5. Okay. Here we go. Rabiot ends up having to clear this one out as Empoli comes back into our area here. Come on, Juve. Let's go. Push back. You got to kill him. We got to kill him off. Missed PK. Chiesa should do better on 2 opportunities. Here's Berzinski getting in behind Kostic. Oh, quick little touch there from Caputo. Trying to go short side on Pedin's goal. Come on, guys. This game is so far from over. Don't fall apart here now. You need goals to put teams away. We've got to score. We got to be clinical. Got to be better. Let's go. Keep pushing for the goals. Got to bag 3 against these teams. Come on. Pogba settles this one. Turns nicely. Oh, there's a little through ball trying to hit Chiesa, but just too far. Goes into Berisha's hands. McKennie stepping in, doing well. Doing battle there. When Malay would come in. Berezinski. Cancellieri. Oh, Perin. Swallows that one up as the cross from Cancellieri's too close. Danilo on it. Inside for Luca. He's going to go back. Perin. Messing around. He's got Caputo lurking there. Now to Gatti. Up ahead for McKennie. Oh, bad one touch in trying to find Rabiot. Oh, nicely won from Rabiot. Bad touch from Pogs. Still doing battle. Still finds a way to get it here. Now we could spring Chiesa, and we do. Chiesa running as defender. Come on, take him on. Too long. They get back. Oh, looking back post. Chested down. Pogba! Pogba! Offside. Oh. Offside to Dusan on the cross from Chiesa, but man, did he settle that nice and get it back for Pogba. Woo! Pogba, look at how he takes that on the volley, man. My word, what a hit. Oh, I wanted that one bad for Paul. It's okay. We'll get a Pog boom moment. Don't worry, everybody. Look at this. Everybody ready for the Pog back, the Pog boom. Don't worry, don't worry. It's coming, it's coming. What a settle from Dusan, though, eh? They are checking it, but it was offside just to make sure. After Pogba lashes that one home. Oh, man, I wanted that one. Let's go. Berisha now on it. Gatti now. Being pushed backwards, playing it for Perin. And Perin now, ooh. Bad play from Perin. It's in our area. Dual battle. Danilo steps up. Only as far to the top. That's a handball on Wale there. On Malay, sorry, excuse me. Yes, thank you. And an easy one at that, but I think they ended up calling it just on offside, coming back in from offside position. Off the header there, but handball right there. I've always said the same thing, Master Diego. His quality can never be questioned, like Paul Pogba. It literally is his body. Vlahovic trying to get in there, trying to hold up ball, trying to do some battle, but just not working as he goes to ground. Empoli. Berezinski calling for the ball out on the right flank, but it goes to the left. Come on, Juve. Man, I wanted that Pogba goal so bad. It would have been nice. That definitely would have put things away. Empoli's not scoring 2 in this, but you could find one. Anybody could find one. Cancellieri, cross, coming in. Ooh, Bremer. Not going to get called on the touch there on the header. Going to be goal kick. Bremer. Lines it up. Has it short over to Perin. Mattia Perin. Long ball. Looking Vlahovic's way. Headed back into Juve territory. Caputo trying to turn Bremer. Danilo comes in, cleans it up, plays it out to the right for McKennie, who heads it down. Rabiot on it now. Doing well. Finding Locatelli. Splash this thing out of here, man. Yeah, Kostic on the left out here. With a bunch of time. But he eats it. Empoli back off. McKennie on it now. Being forced backwards. Playing it to Danilo. Danilo now to the left for Kostic. He's put under. Back to Danilo. Chased in for Luca. Played for Pogba. Now over to Rabiot. We have some space on the right. Is he going to find McKennie? No. Just trots up. Taking his time. Now moves it over for McKennie. Very slow pace on this one from Juve. Locatelli to Danilo. Inside. One touch from Vlahovic. Back to Chiesa. Vlahovic! Oh, shots blocked. That's a beautiful 1-2. That is a beautiful 1-2 from Vlahovic and Chiesa. God, come on. That would have been absolutely beautiful. Nice ball over the top. Pogba trying the one-touch cross into Vlahovic. That's a good ball over the top from Locatelli. Come on. We got Milik set to come in. See Cambiaso looking like he may be coming in as well. We're at the 70th minute mark. It's one of the things I said, and you could read it coming into this one. Teams will look to what other teams did to cause problems. You know, for Juve, everybody in general, they just watch each other's film. They're going to shut down the outsides. We got to play centrally, and we're doing a good job. I agree with you, Arash. And I think they're doing a cooling break at the same time as these substitutions, all right? So it looks like Kostic is coming out for Cambiaso. And Vlahovic is coming out for Milik. God, my Fanta Calcio is just cursed, man. Vlahovic could have easily had a brace this game. Just not happening for me this weekend. Rough go. I'll be back after the international break. I'll have to do some tweaking to my lineup, everybody. Man, did Pogba ever hit that one beautifully. And now they're showing the offside. Vlahovic is not off by much either, eh? Just sticking a leg out. Oh, yeah, like half a body. Damn. Settle that nice chest down and just hammered from Paul. Empoli making a change as well. Marin's going to come out for Kovalenko and Caputo's out for Destro. Cooling break over. We're going to set to take back to the action. Should be a Juve throw on our left flank, if I remember correctly. Look at the Tifosi. Look at the Juve curva here, away from home. I gotta get that. I gotta get that back in our house, everybody. Cambiaso with the throw into Pogba. Touch back to Cambiaso. He plays it off Kovalenko. It's gonna be a throw in again for the Juventus. 72 minutes, 30 seconds here. Pogba settles this one top of the area. Oh, look at that. Look at the touch there, finding his man. Rabiot keeps it in here. McKennie. Oh, slots of Chiesa, settles it. Rabiot trying to set up a hit. Played back for Locatelli. It's blocked. But we got a foul. Oh my God. Pogba's dribbling was disgusting there. Yeah, Pogba kind of clips some interference there for Rabiot. Gets called on it. Cambiaso now pushing Cancellieri back. Berezinski now forced to switch field. Finding Alberto. Milik. Just trotting alongside. Zela. Back for Grassi. Now finding Berezinski again. Cancellieri. Great work there from Cambiaso to win that ball back. Oh, ball forward from Danilo. Just misses Chiesa on target there. Empoli in possession on the perimeter. Juve in a shell. Watching them pass it about on the left flank right now. Now over to Luberti. He's going to go to Walukowicz. He's got Berezynski to his right. He is looking centrally. Nothing there. Back to Alberto. He's just going to have his left side again. And then Juve slowly closes things down. We'll have to wait to see what Empoli is going to try to attempt to try and find something here. For pretty much this game's entirety, they've been left to playing on that perimeter and then having balls inside to the area. Here's another one cleaned up. Finding Milik. He settles it, puts it in Rabiot's path. Rabiot doing battle here. Is fouled there. And there's the call. And McKennie can take the ball in now for Juve, regroup. Getting close to the 75th minute. 15 minutes away from the 90. And we'll have a little bit of stoppage in here too. Here's Pogba. Shielding well. Finding Locatelli. Over to Danilo. Nice ball. Finding the space there for Rabiot. He moves it over to McKennie. McKennie doesn't have really any help coming his way. It's just him facing up against Petzela. Touch into Rabiot to Milik. Here's Locatelli. Pops it over to the left side for Cambiasso. Let's see if he can take on his man. He does. He cuts in centrally. Over to Luca. Nowhere to go. Back to Danilo. Man, you had Pogba out there on the right. Would have played it to him. Here's Milik. Over to Luca. To Danilo. Inside Cambiasso. Now we see Pogba out here. He's going to run at his man. Over to the top of the air for Danilo. He's going to have a hit and high. Man, nice play. Nice build up again. But Danilo's not the guy you want having the hit at the top of the area. That's all. But solid in build up. Good possession. Good retention. Finding options. Guys moving out of their areas to be able to accept the pass. Perin. Long ball shut down by Berzinski. He's going to turn back. Has an option centrally. Nice challenge from Chiesa. Locatelli on it now. Feints the long ball. Slides it over to McKennie. McKennie inside for Locatelli. Over to Pogba. To Danilo. He's got Cambiasso on that byline. Here he goes. Cambiasso. Slows things down. Now take his man on. Left footed. Cross back post. Oh. Berisha got a hand to it. Take it out of Milik's path. That was a nice cross in from Cambiasso. Just about. Much better. It's the little things in the attack that Cambiasso do that are awesome to watch. Because he is a U23 player. But like, you've got your one defender ahead of you. He feels the pressure come from the second guy. He slows up and turns and faces there, almost as if he's going to concede and pass beyond him back to our players, and then just turns and takes it up into the onto his left foot for that cross. It's just the little things. And here he is again. Again, taking his man on. Gets the touch there. It's got to be Juve corner. Great job from Cambiasso. Little spark plug he is. Cambiasso is quality. Cambiasso is solid. Rovella should have been kept in instead of Miretti. I would have loved to keep all the young guys. We got a corner kick here, 78th minute. Cambiasso set to take it. Here's the cross in. It's low. Trying to settle it. Here's Bremer. Puts it back for Locatelli. All the way back to Cambiasso. Is he offside though? No flag. Cross in. Flick on Danilo. Milik trying to settle it here. Danilo winning it back here. Empoli trying to get out of their area. Trying to turn back again. Ooh. Pogba looked awkward there. Trying to slow up and then go to the other side there. Man, that's... just the way he moves and his build is just... it's awkward. It's always been awkward, whatnot. But now with his history, I get so nervous watching him try and make quick cuts. I get super nervous. But looks like all is well. Rabiot wins, takes the air pass there. Pogba now on it. Look for him to splash this one out. Oh, trying to get it to a Milik or Rabiot there, who are making the long runs, extending Empoli's D. Here's Cambiaso closing things down on Kovalenko. Now has to get back to his side of the field as they switch it up. Cancellieri on it. Empoli driving forward. Berezinski, the option on the right, played to him, and Danilo eats it up. Kovalenko's going to get to it, and Danilo continues on. Chiesa and Milik just holding flat up at the top, taking away the middle. Again, just allowing Empoli to have the perimeters. Here's a cross in, going back post, and Perin handles that with ease. Here's Locatelli. Up ahead. Chiesa back to Locatelli. Switch that field. Oh, look at this long ball. Way too hard. Switch a field. You've got Pogba there on a quick 1-2. He's got his flank ahead of him. You've got to make better decisions there. But, I mean, ultimately, we're 10 minutes out of 90 here. But, again, we got to kill this game off. We should have had this game killed off by now. So let's find that second one and take it home comfortably. Alberto, Walukowicz again. Milik, Chiesa taking away the middle, just forcing them to the outsides. Walukowicz again. Grassi. Empoli just hanging around the perimeter. Juve happy with them to do so. Empoli's going to be knocking it about and then just ending up having to find some place to have a cross into it, okay? But this is all they're getting. Walukowicz stepping up. Chiesa applying a little bit pressure now on the flank here. Little 1-2 centrally. Kovalenko. Pogba gets a foot to it. Danilo clears Chiesa now. Inside to Milik. Milik springs Chiesa. He's gone. Breakaway. Beats Berisha. Stay on your feet. Get up on your feet. Have a hit in the goal. Chiesa! There you go. He finishes the play to make it 2-0 for Juventus. Bravo, Federico Chiesa. Nice play from Milik to see him on that 1-2 and know when to release. Bravo. Chiesa makes us sweat it out even after beating Berisha with that little bit of contact. Goes to ground, gets back up, doesn't hit it immediately, takes the touch, puts it on his good foot, and sees it through 2-0. There's the killer, everybody. Beautiful, beautiful. 2-0. Chalk it up on the scoreboard for the good guys. Let's go. Game, set, match. Chiesa finishing it for the good guys. That is going to see it through. My God, did he make us sweat that one out. Whoo! Mamma mia, Chiesa. Bravo, let's go. There's one for Fantacalcio for Alberto there, everybody. Let's go. Beautiful stuff there. And now we get some substitutions at the 82nd minute. And it's going to be Chiesa coming off for Moise Kean. And Weah's going to come in for McKennie. And to be honest, Chiesa frustrating in the final end there. But finally getting that goal. And to be honest, his work rate this game was much better than the first half of the last game. So, grande for Federico. And McKennie put in a solid shift, okay? Bravo to McKennie. A great shift. Great shift there. Beautiful. And yeah, Antonio, this game could have easily been a 5-0 romp or whatnot. But again, something we need to get to is that clinical finishing and killing teams, okay? But we got two, and I feel a lot better now, okay? A lot better now. Let's go. Let's go. All the dramatics, and he delivered. There you go. Grassi ball forward. Kovalenko heads it, but still falls in the hands of Mattia Perin. Danilo over to Cambiaso. Back to Danilo. Cancellieri applying pressure from Empoli. Danilo blasts this one forward. Settles at Rabiot's feet. He's going to play it over for Paul Pogba. He's got some space as he runs at Kovalenko. Look at this. Spraying it out to Weah on the right. But Juve's going to be happy to control. I don't think they're going to push hard for a third goal. They're just going to be happy to see this one out. Knock it about with a 2-goal lead. Here's Danilo. Over to Cambiaso. Run forward from Milik. But again, just possessing here. Pogba to Locatelli, back to Danilo. Now's your management mode. 2-0 up on a team that you have controlled for the most part. Trying to go route one. Weah making that run. Trying to catch Empoli out there. Nothing doing. Hit you with the stats as we get close to the end of the game. We're at 50-50 for possession, okay? Keane gets a foul there going through the back of Grassi. 14 total attempts for Juve, 6 for Empoli. 5 attempts on target for Juve, none for Empoli. We have big chances, 3 created for Juve, 1 goal out of the 3 big chances. Shots inside the area for Juventus, 11 out of their 14 total shots are inside the area, okay? Only 2 shots inside the area for Empoli out of their 6 total. So again, very much a handling from Juventus in this one. The only thing this game had been missing was the clinical finishing from Juve. Mark says, let's get the 3rd goal. I wanted 3 today. I wanted 3. We could have potentially had an absolute romp, everybody. Okay, 4-0, 5-0 again. But look at this play. Playing out from the back. Danilo hitting Chiesa, cutting it off nicely, touching to Milik, and then Chiesa beating Berisha, having to get back to his feet, taking the touch, and then the nice pass into the empty netter, and the relief to finally get one from Federico Chiesa. There you go. And yeah, it just wouldn't be Juve if you didn't have to sweat it out to the very end. And he tucks that pass in as tight to that post as you can do it if you see it from that one angle. That's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. We see Gatti down right now, getting some attention. Hopefully nothing to worry about here, okay? So I see the comments talking about the other teams at the top right now and whatnot. And honestly, the big thing for Juventus is keeping in that mix until they start getting spread out. And that's when we really need to hit things hard. And I believe Max kind of hinted at that in one of his pressers when he was talking about us playing our cards properly in the second half. But again, you have to take care of business in the first half. And then when they start to get spread out across comps, that's when we really need to switch it up a gear. And hopefully this season we can do it. Ooh, Cambiaso pulling out his best Sturaro impersonation there. But that's okay. 2-0 lead, 88th minute coming up. Here's Keane applying pressure to Walukowicz. He plays it over to Alberto. Milik's there. Rabiot applying pressure to Petzala. Petzela here to Grassi. Pogba on him. And Juve pushing Empoli back. And in the end, all they can do is flip it forward out of bounds for Juventus throw. And we'll take our time with that as well. Yeah, Antonio, you're right. You got the Milan derby next, and we have to take advantage and beat Lazio. And Lazio, what a team, man. What a funny team to kick things off so poorly for them and then beat Napoli the way they did. That game could have been a romp as well for them. That's going to be a good measuring stick game for Juve when we get back to it with Lazio there. Cancellieri, again, going to the back for Grassi. Empoli really held to nothing. Juve's played a solid. We talked about playing a solid 90 minutes. I can say I feel they've played a solid 90 minutes. Juve have. The only thing this game was missing is that killer instinct up in the final third. And to be honest, man, you have a PK missed. You have multiple chances. Pogba's goal called back for the offside. McKennie, so unfortunate not to close that one out. The defender just getting enough to see that out. And then Cambiaso's hard cross in, just barely. Berisha getting hand to it. Milik was there, back post. Would have been finished. Find it hard to believe he wouldn't have put that one in. He wouldn't have even had to move. Just put his head in front of it and it would bounce into the goal. Just missing that. This is a good 90 for Juve in my opinion. Solid game. And that's exactly it. Juve just needs to play the teams in front of them. They need to have game plans specifically set out for the teams in front of them. I will say this. This was the right decision to go with Miretti. Oh, look at Keane. Switch field for Weah. He's going to run the defense here. Keane wants it back. Weah's going to have a rip. It goes. Oh, it looked like it was going to fall right in Keane's path, but it was just behind him as he made that run. 7 minutes of stoppage time, everybody. I'm not so sure. Things can always change in terms you got a massive laundry list of players that we could be interested in and have interest in. But as far as who we're bringing in, it's tough to really say. Can I see it? Sure. But I could easily see us not picking them up anyways because we're linked with so many players. And what we're going to see out of how Juve builds his team could go a number of different ways. Locatelli at the top. Again, Juve's just going to play with possession here. Oh, Milik goes off the bar. Wifey's trying to get the cat out of here, everybody. Unbelievable. Man, another one to the list today. Milik going off the bar. That would have been a nice one. That would have been our third that we wanted to see there, Mark. Man, a solid 90 though from the lads. Let's go. I'm going to give it up to them. I mean, the scoreline definitely flattering Empoli. Okay, to think that it was a 2-0 game. This thing should have never even been contested. The fact that they remained in it so long is literally just us not finishing the way we needed to. Again, something that I find the past few seasons I keep asking, getting more clinical. And I hope it comes for us. But I will say this, playing the teams in front of you, setting up game plans, it was a great decision to start Miretti. It was the right decision. This team set up Empoli and was we were going to slow them down on the flanks. And Miretti's work opened everything up for us. Now we need to get Fagioli to do the exact same thing and play the role the exact same. And we can move. Because now with the flanks that we have, whether you got Weah, McKennie can show you can do it. You have Cambiaso, you have Kostic, you have Illing. When teams force us to do that and go in centrally, we can get Miretti doing what he's doing and Fagioli doing what he's doing. We are set up. Last year, we didn't have the answers in the middle of the pitch. We weren't finding those answers. It's a big difference. Now, it makes teams have a way more difficult time trying to shut us down. So we have to be able to do that when they want to play in that manner. Again, this is just Empoli, but you can only play the teams ahead of you. And what you got to do out of these games is establish those building blocks with what you want to do further on. You got to think this is going to be offside. The flag stays down. Now Rabiot sending it for Milik. And Milik's shot's blocked. The flag now comes up for offside, but play on, says ref. Cancellieri now. Ball bomb forward. We've got 7 minutes of stoppage time. We're halfway through here. Settle down. Here's a hit. Oh. Destro doesn't miss by much at catching Pedin out there. And just a quick movement from them. Look at this. Settles it chest down. Has a hit beyond Bremer. And whoo. Wow. Pogba isn't walking well. Hope he didn't get injured. Let the man walk with swag. Oh, man. He just, his movements in general, like his build, it's a different there. Oh, here we go. Keane coming in behind the defense. Has a rip. Short side. Oh. Oh my God, you guys. We could have so many goals this game. Again, Danilo with the clearance right in Keane's path, ready to pounce. Oh man, off the post. This is insane. We should have minimum 5 goals in this game. This should be 5-0 this game. This is wild. Again, though, hey, solid 90 from the lads. Let's go. But my God, find your scoring boots, Juve. Holy. I can't get over that. You know what? I like Moise Keane too. And I really hope he gets it rolling for us. I love him coming off the bench. I have no problems with it. If you ask me on the deal, do I like the deal? No, I think it's too much what we had to pay and put up, but I do like him. And I think he's a good option coming off the bench for Juventus. Penalty, 2 crossbars, 1 disallowed goal, and 2 goals, 6. There you go. Yeah, this should have been a hammer show going into the international break, but it is going to be a victory, and that's what we needed, okay? 7 points out of 9 is what I said needed to be a minimum. We all wanted the 3 perfect wins, 9 points, but you have to have 7 out of 9. That's an absolute must. And we've got that. We've got a big one coming up after the break, but this is a much better start to this season. And let's hope that it continues. There's still a lot of positives. Like I said, planting seeds, getting the building blocks going. We're figuring things out. We're getting Pogba in there for more minutes. He's going to help. Man, I wish that goal would have stuck for him. Cambiasso and Danilo doing good work here. Empoli trying to work up that right flank. Cambiasso coming back to clean things up. Bremer now, a little touch to Danilo. Played up for Cambiasso. And then he takes a foul after playing that perfectly. Even draws the yellow card. Destro not happy. I could care less. We're at the 97th minute. This is going to get shut down. And there you go. It's in the books, lads. 2-0 Juventus. What could be an absolute hammer show of a victory? At least around 5-6 goals. Ends at 2-0. Oh, a little bit of help from my Fantacalcio through Federico Chiesa in a goal that we had to sweat out, all right? But there you go. We wrap things up. We get the job done. We absolutely had to get this win, so we do. 7 points out of the possible 9 to start the season, okay? A lot of positives to take out of this. Like I said, setting yourselves up for the opponents that you're playing. I absolutely loved that we mixed it up today between flank play and not just one flank. Multiple flanks and working it centrally, okay? We need to continue with that no matter who we face. Have alternatives. Last season, we lacked the alternatives. This season, I'm starting to see that we can mix it up quite well. What has to start happening, though? We've got to be killers in front of goal, okay? But, again, keep progressing. Keep moving forward. Keep climbing that ladder, even if you're not skipping a couple rungs, but going one rung at a time as long as there's improvement and we're moving in the right direction. We've got a big match in terms of measuring sticks after the international break, but this was a solid performance. And it was good the whole way through. First half and second half, I liked everything I saw from Juventus. Okay, we're going to go through the stats and then we're going to get to the ratings. Okay, everybody? So we will say, I'll get to some of these comments as well here. Acid coming in here saying, I think gameplay-wise, it was a solid 90 minutes. It was just those missed opportunities. Could have easily been 5-6-0. Absolutely. Got to get clinical there. Can we play away every week from Animesh here? More atmosphere from the Curva than in home games. I agree. And it's actually sad. It's actually sad for the team that that's the way it is, but that is the reality. Juve's got to figure it out and deal with that. I always say that. Figure it out at home, all right, in our Gaza here. Master G, good game. All important victory. Napoli dropped the points. We just got to take advantage, including the next game, which will take us to second place. It's going to be a big one. Next one, of course, we go into international break. So for those of us in our roster that are heading out on international duty, first things first, fingers crossed, you come back in good shape and good health. That is first thing, okay? As far as everything else, we wait and see. Now, statistics in this one, we could see Juventus coming out with a share of possession at 50%. Total attempts 18 for Juve to Empoli 7. Empoli finished without an opportunity on target, okay? Big props to the defense. Not just a clean sheet. 0 attempts on target. 5 attempts on target for Juve out of the 18 they put on goal. Big chances created, 4 for Juventus, 0 for Empoli. Big chances buried, only 1 out of the 4 for Juventus. We hit the woodwork twice. We had a missed PK, and we had so many opportunities. McKennie's there. A lot of crosses, just missing our trailing runs. This could have been an absolute romp. This was a great showing for me, in my opinion, from Juventus. And first half and second half, both good showings. We're going to get to the lineups and the ratings. And we'll see where you stand. This is from SofaScore, okay? And then we'll get to your man of the match. I want to hear all of your man of the match, okay? Perin finishes with a 6.9. Given the work he was given, I think that's pretty high. I mean, I put him at like a 6.5, a half a step up, grabbed everything he had to and swallowed it up, didn't bobble anything. So 6.5. Gatti with a 7.9. Bremer 7.2. Danilo with an 8.1. So Danilo had a solid game. And it was his clearances that actually found our bodies that gave us offensive sparks, especially in the second half and even on Chiesa's goal. An 8 for Danilo, I'm fine with. He even scored the first goal, which became the winner. Bremer at a 7.2. Yeah, I think a 7 to 7.5 for Bremer is fine. Gatti at an 8. I don't think it should be that high, but a 7.5 nonetheless, which is still a strong score. McKennie finishes with a 7.6. I agree. 7.5, I think, for him. He had a great game. Miretti, Locatelli, and Rabiot, all around the same. Rabiot being the highest at 7.3. Locatelli and Miretti's finishing with 7s. I'm okay with those. I'd probably go Loca maybe at a 6.5. Miretti at a 7, I'm fine. Adrian at a 7, I'm fine. Kostic at a 7.5. 7, maybe? Yeah, 7's fine there. Vlahovic finished with a 6.5. And I think that's fair. Missed a PK, but he overall did a lot of good work, but missing a PK hurts, makes things harder, and it left them close for a lot longer. Chiesa finishes with a 7.9. I would have to go that 7.5 probably for Chiesa. That makes me, my man of the match in this one ends up being Danilo, everybody. Ron Recitano giving Danilo the man of the match too. There you go. So my highest ratings end up being Danilo, Gatti, Chiesa's in there, and even McKennie. So those are the 4 guys for me. But hey, good showing. So Pogba. Everybody's talking Pogba. We got to figure out what's going on there. But again, one of the things I said, and obviously it ended up being nothing much to it materializing out of those rumors that broke out around Paul Pogba. But the one question that came out of it, should Juve have done more to find insurance on Paul Pogba? Do we have enough insurance within if Paul Pogba has problems again? This question still lingers and looms around. We have to wait now We have to wait now for Paul Pogba to find out what's going on here. But that's going to be one of the things that we're going to be looking at and highlight. We're just looking at the highlights here. Milik doing well after accepting the ball from Chiesa. Chiesa fighting so hard. You just knew he was going to do whatever the hell it took to find the back of the net there. But that's great. And I love this comment too. The spirit is there. Coming in from Siraj there. The team is mentally strong. You would have to think, and this is another thing when we go to the Mercado and talking about us keeping a lot of the players the same. I liked it. One of the reasons is exactly this. This team should have one hell of a chip on their shoulder after last season and everything. Okay? That fight, that mentality, like you went through the ringer last season. This season, all you got to worry about is league play, Coppa Italia, and you should be wanting redemption so bad. So keeping the majority of them here is actually good in my opinion. From a chemistry standpoint, I like it too. So let's see what happens here. We've got David Bruno coming in saying we could sign Papu, who's a free agent on like $2 million a year as for Pogba backup. Papu Gomez. I don't know about that one. I've admired him through the years in Serie A. Can Vlahovic give a pass like Milik did? I think so. Vlahovic laid off a couple nice ones today. And man, did I want that Pogba goal to stand. We'll have to see. Peter Cesarini, Fagioli, center mid. He's the answer. I want to see Fagioli, and like I said, it should be priority number one to get him to interpret his role in the center and get in the spaces and spots that Miretti does. Because if Fagioli can do that, Juve will start cooking. Okay? Juve will start cooking. Archaeology, Luca, did well today. Yep, he did his job. Didn't go overboard, do anything crazy, but just solid. And again, just the glue back there, doing his work defensively. Miretti got to cheat a lot because of the work that Rabiot and Locatelli did, as well as a guy like McKennie did a lot of grunt work that helped him, all right? Swati coming in here with the Chiesa and 3 hearts. Love seeing Chiesa get on the score sheet. Oh, man, we could have so many goals today, everybody. Animesh saying Keane, Milik, and Vlahovic have all improved in their build-up play. Vlahovic in the build-up was great today, everybody. And again, we can talk opponents and Empoli and whatnot, and guarantee yourselves this, that the Chihuahuas are going to talk about Empoli, fact, 2-0, whatever, everything. Don't worry about it. It's all noise. You can only play to the teams ahead of you. Empoli didn't have a sniff of this game. They are so lucky this thing didn't end up being an absolute destruction. Okay, so the 2-0 scoreline absolutely says nothing of the sort of what this game actually was. Juve with an absolute solid 90 minutes of play. We need to find this consistently, all right? But there was a lot of good stuff we were seeing in terms of sequences, in terms of the build-up, and in terms of what we were looking to do to create. We mix it up. Gatti was heavily involved. Danilo. Everybody that was concerned about Danilo playing on the left as a left center back in order to keep Sandro around. Are you still concerned? Even though it's Empoli, I'm not. I've never been concerned with Danilo. I just haven't been. As an outside center back in a 3-back system, I have no problems with him. If you're going to put him completely outside on the left side as like a fullback, then we have problems. As a left center back, I have absolutely no problem. Absolutely none with him out there. Gatti needs to be in there. I think our 3 go-tos in clutch moments need to be Gatti, Bremer, and Danilo. Excuse me. That needs to be our main 3. Now, after the break, it's going to be interesting to see what Mr. Allegri is going to go to. okay? Because that, again, is going to be a big measuring stick for Juve. Okay, so coming out of that break and having to face Lazio, who's going to be raring to go. Obviously, a brutal start for them in their opening 2 matches, but then handling the champions quite nicely in a game that could have been a romp for them too. They're going to be fired up. We are going to be at home, but man, our visiting crowd is way more intense than our home crowd. So figure that out. But we are going to be at home to Lazio. That is going to be a big measuring stick game. What is Max Allegri going to do at the back? What is he going to do in the middle of the park? Now we have to wait to figure out what exactly has gone on with Pogba. Is it serious or not? But man, I think you got to go with Gatti, Bremer, Danilo. And yes, Allegri probably heard me slip up there, say Sandro, and he's probably going to play him. We'll see. But man of the match, everybody. Who was your man of the match? We had a couple calling there. I ended up going with Danilo. Ron Rositano went Danilo. Get your man of the match in here. Did you nail the scoreline? Who said 2-0? Winner from the preview show, Anthony. Anthony nailing it 2-0. Saying the goal scorers were going to be Dusan and Chiesa. He ended up getting one of those right, as the goal scorers were Danilo and Chiesa. And he called a Kostic assist. Man, pretty good showing there for the knee guy. Shatterstar saying nailed the prediction. There you go. Well done. Well done. Everybody, hey, we're going to break this thing down in full. We're going to take a look at the weekend in action. Okay, as far as score lines, we're going to take a more detailed look at the start to the season. Maybe even do some comparisons to what we were seeing last. Hopefully we will get some reports to talk about in the aftermath. Pogba's health is going to be another one of those that will come up. But we're going to break it all down in depth tomorrow morning right here live, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I hope to see you all there. Please drop a like on your way out. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and we'll talk to you in the morning. For now, enjoy the rest of your weekends. For those of you like me who have long weekends, enjoy the rest of it carrying into tomorrow. But I look forward to seeing you all there for the post-match, show. Okay, we'll break it all down. As always, fino alla fine, forza Juve. Getting the job done that we had to. I don't care if it's Empoli. I don't care if it's Napoli. Get the job done. Win. Okay. Thank you everybody who made this watch along extra special. You guys are the best. Okay. Ciao Acid and Siraj. It's my pleasure. Forza Juve. Fino alla fine. We'll talk to you tomorrow, everybody. Take care. All right. Ciao tutti. Enjoy the victory. I'll see you for Victory Monday tomorrow. All right. Take care, everybody.
Yeah.